Trump got a little hood in him.
Many people are saying this.
I ain't gonna lie, when he got shot, he did this. I'm like, he a thug.
Reproductive rights, rights for men, rights for women. That will be the top of the ticket.
Who gives a damn about abortions when we can't feed our kids?
Me and you right now, you motherfucking roll this shit, cause I'm gonna come after his ass like Trump. I'm gonna see his ass in court.
All right, let's go.
I will bet you $5,000 that Trump do not win.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. The election is less than 2 months away, and I'm on the road to see who Americans in swing states are voting for. Today is the first stop in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are neck and neck in the polls. Let's go talk to some people. Huge shout out to our friends over at Allegiance Gold for sponsoring this video. The election is coming up. Are we going Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Ooh.
Trump. You, ma'am?
Yep, Trump.
I think I would have to go with Trump just because I need some change right now.
No, I'm leaning toward, I would say Donald Trump.
Harris.
Trump.
Harris,
I'm
and Harris.
I'm a two-term Vietnam veteran, 2 tours of Nam, and I'm a lifelong Republican. I'm voting for Harris. I wouldn't vote for Trump.
I would say I'm probably leaning closer to Harris.
Yeah.
You're
on the
but
fence,
I don't.
though, or?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't really like either of them, to be honest.
Neither.
Neither? You don't plan on voting?
No.
I don't like either one,
Okay.
but I will be voting. But to who? I don't know.
Kamala, all day.
If I'm being completely honest,
That's the scary one.
I'm trying not to vote. But if I do vote, it's going to be Trump. Yeah, I'm not a big Kamala person. I'm not a Democrat, so it'd be weird if I did that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got T-Dog. What about you?
I'm definitely not voting for Trump. I know that.
No.
I know I'm definitely
Are
not
we
voting
gonna
for
vote?
Trump.
Are we gonna not vote, or where are we
I
at?
need to do more research on Kamala because all I know is like
good luck with
what's
that.
been like, oh, this and that. I want to do my own research, but I know I'm not going to vote for Trump for sure.
Why Harris over Trump?
You know, I just think that she's a better fit for the president. Only in America a felon can run for president. Shouldn't happen. And I was in the Marine Corps for 22 years. I think any president should have military. 3 years, 4 years, whatever. So, not that she does, but it's just, for me, it's just, I don't know, it's got a better feel for her.
Too much controversy going around Kamala Harris, you feel me? We don't know what she's talking about too much, you know what I'm saying? We think she's really being controlled behind, you feel me, Joe Biden and shit like that.
I
Yeah,
feel
what do you
like
think?
Joe Biden is trying to control her with power, and not to be sexist, but like, come on. What if we get into an argument with like Switzerland or something? Is she gonna get her pennies in a bunch and try to go to war?
See?
Girls be hella emotional.
Do you mind if I ask you why Donald Trump?
Better of the both evils. Better of the two.
Do you consider Trump to be evil?
I mean, I wouldn't say evil. I would say just he is a better businessman, and then I guess America needs that right now more than anything, I guess. Better than what Kamala Harris. She's been in there, right? So, I mean, things haven't gotten better, so hopefully there's a change with Trump again.
We're business owners,
Business owners.
and we think it's going to work better. We had businesses before under him, and we made a lot more money.
They had 4 years to do something, and in 4 years, I haven't seen anything good.
I feel this country has become weakened, especially with our border being opened up. It's letting in a lot of criminals, a lot of crime, and it's just, I feel like during his presidency, everything was a lot more safer, and I don't know, the country was just a better place when he was president.
The economy that he gave us 4 years ago, the policies that he had 4 years ago are absolutely, superior to what's going on now. This unbridled inflation, unbridled immigration is absolutely destroying the country.
So we just don't look at Kamala Harris as being in control nearly as much as we look at Donald Trump as being in control of his own actions. Is that correct?
I just feel like every time Donald Trump did wrong, he admitted to doing wrong, and he did. And every time he did wrong, he did a little better. What the she do? Nothing. She just trying to get her feet wet. He got history behind it. When he was in office, that's when America was at its best.
In Nevada, the polls are showing Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, they're neck and neck. Does that surprise you or no?
No.
And why does that not surprise you?
Why should it? At the end of the day, this is supposed to be a Republican state, but Biden took it last year, right?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Democrats took it actually in 2016 as well.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So, see where the shift is going.
It's kind of surprising that it's neck to neck, actually.
Primarily, I think Las Vegas, where everybody's coming from, is voting Democrat, and then the rest of the state is Republican.
I think she has a better chance than Biden.
Biden,
When Biden, I think Trump would have won hands down. I think that she's going to give him more of a fight than Biden would have. So
We get a lot of people from California, and I think California is bringing their politics here.
I mean, this has been a Democrat state for like the last two general elections, so it's not that surprising.
Are you seeing anyone switching in your own life to Trump or no?
Not personally. Everybody I know has always been a Trump supporter. And we're supporting his policies, not his personality, or any of the mean tweets or anything that he might say. It's strictly a policy decision.
Do you have friends in your own life that are supporting Donald Trump or no?
We're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of friends that's voting for Donald.
What about you in your own personal life? Are you seeing people swaying towards Donald Trump? Are you seeing them swaying towards Harris? Just you personally?
Going towards Trump more, but that's just me, I guess.
So I actually spoke to a friend of mine. He lives in Queens.
Yeah.
And he said that he's going to vote for Trump, and that blew my mind.
Like I said, a good friend of mine, like my big bro, Michael.
Yeah.
That's what he's 100%.
He's going Trump.
Around now to different swing states, as you call it, and he's giving community concerts with Rick Ross and all that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Trying to get the black vote out there.
For Trump.
For Donald.
And you disagree with your friend there. Obviously, respectfully, you disagree.
Yes, we disagree because Donald's not giving me the message I need to hear.
What is that? What is that message that you need to hear?
It's not just him. It's all the politicians about taking care of home, okay? Taking care. They got to get more involved with these communities. You understand? Yeah. These communities matter. It's not about these different countries. Take care of home first, okay? In a relationship, you take care of home first, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you married, so you always take care of home.
I'm not married. No.
But when you get married, it's about take care of home first. That's very, very important.
You take care of what you love.
Yeah, you're going to take care of home first.
You guys, let's take a few moments to talk about my good friends over at Allegiance Gold. As we close in on the election, it's really no surprise that Donald Trump is gaining support among all Americans, especially the working class. While many Americans are struggling, Biden and Harris continue to attempt to gaslight the American people, saying that the economy has never been better. Well, except for when Kamala says that there are issues, but she'll fix them if you elect her. But we all know that our country is facing challenges. Among those are inflation, rising debt, and rising uncertainty in the markets. There's a reason why so many of you guys watching have invested in gold, because it stands on its own as a beacon of stability, and over the last 5 years, it's almost doubled in value. Allegiance Gold has done things the right way from the beginning, so it's really no coincidence that they've earned the highest trust ratings in the precious metals industry. They have 5 stars with TrustLink and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Allegiance Gold can protect your IRA or 401k with physical gold and silver, or you can have it delivered securely to your doorstep. And right now, you guys get up to $5,000 in free silver on a qualifying investment when you go to protectwithklug.com or call 866-335-KLUG. Protect your financial future today. Visit protectwithklug.com. That is protectwithklug.com, or call 866-335-KLUG. Let's get back to this video.
When it comes to the polls, we have the two big issues in Nevada. If I were to grab two, number one is the economy. Next one's going to be immigration. Do you guys agree with those two issues in Nevada?
I'm not familiar enough to get down to know all the details regarding those things, so I couldn't say either way, I guess.
Well, I guess for the economy, I'll make it much more simple. Is your dollar getting you further now than it was 4 years ago under Trump? Is your rent,
Yeah, Trump for sure has been better when he was in, I feel like. And you?
What do you think? Is your rent, are your expenses lower right now than they were?
Definitely no. Than they were before? No.
Okay.
Everything's up.
Yeah,
everything.
Okay. So for you guys, looking at that, I mean, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. For you, if your dollar's not getting you further, you're going back. You're going to T-Dog.
Yeah, I guess so. Yep.
Economy, how's it been the last few years? You guys pay more on gas, rent,
sucks.
energy?
I think
Groceries are stupid high for no reason.
I think groceries are probably seeing the highest.
I just think that, typically, at least when we do have a Republican, and it seems like things get done because our system's kind of already, created in a way to, fit that model. So I do think we'd probably get more done economically with Trump. I just feel like maybe social issues might be a little regressive.
You think Trump would be better for the economy than Kamala, though?
I feel like Trump will be better than every candidate for the economy, period, in the last 10 years. I ain't gonna lie.
Come on.
He did so much in 4 years, nigga almost did more than Obama. I ain't gonna lie, and Obama black.
Oh, God. That's the Obama phone right there.
Who's more black, Donald Trump or Barack Obama?
I ain't gonna lie. I think Barack, he be letting me down. He more white than Trump. Trump got a little hood in him.
Many people are saying this.
I ain't gonna lie. When he got shot, he did this. I'm like, he a thug. He was like.
Who do you think would handle the economy better, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
She don't even care. So
I think
she made it very clear that she's not worried about the economy. Like, it's going the way it should go, is what she said out of her mouth. Trump, on the other hand, said that he literally directly said, whether he does it or not, I don't know, but he said it.
She's been in office with Biden the last 3.5 years. This is still a problem. Is she going to fix it if you just elect her, or how do you feel about it? What do you think?
Happens that fast.
You said no Trump. Would Kamala be better?
I don't know. I did
She
hear. I thought. Yeah, I gotta do my research. But I thought she did say something about trying to lower like the inflation and all of that kind of stuff.
She brought up
Yeah, but when they asked how, she didn't answer.
But when it comes to Kamala Harris, she's been heavily involved in the Biden-Harris administration. Her greatest accomplishment that makes you think, hey, she's fit to run for president. What do you think it is?
Well, I think where she comes from, she comes from an immigrant family, and she came up. And don't get me wrong, everybody makes good and bad decisions. We're all human, right? You go for track records. They all their track record, this and that. I just think she's a better fit. When it comes to those two, for me, it's her because of who she is, where she comes from and who she is.
Is her policies better?
Yes. But she has to go, what does she have to do? She just can't vote. She go, I want to do this, I want to do that. Yeah, she's going to get fight back from who? The Republicans. She's going to get fight. That's the whole thing.
About 70% of Americans disapprove of the economy right now. Why doesn't Kamala make changes right now to make people happier?
She can't. She's not the president.
Well, she's in the administration. She has a lot of power.
Yeah, she has enough power. She doesn't have all the power.
So you think her influence isn't enough to make that change to benefit people when it comes to
does,
the economy, when it comes to the border?
But at the end of the day, you got to understand something. At the end of the day, it's politics. Yeah. You may have the greatest idea in the world. You come to me with the greatest idea in the world. And we know that we're going to get pushback from whatever party. We're going to get that pushback because they're too busy in, in-house fighting over bullshit. Okay, kids are getting killed every day. Okay, you look at what's going on now. These kids are going in schools having mass murders. You know why? You know what is that saying? We're not paying attention to you guys. You got to understand what's going on with these kids. We too busy fighting among what we fighting among. It's about these kids, about the future.
Right.
That's what it's about. It's not about nothing else but the future. Because in 30 more years, if I can make it that long, I'm out of here. And guess what? It's people like you. You see what I'm saying? So we have to pay attention to the youth. You're the youth to me. My oldest daughter's 41. You understand? Yeah. My youngest is 26.
Are they going Trump or Harris?
No, one probably going for Trump.
Okay. I had to interrupt really quick, brother.
No, he's like you. That motherfucker hangs off mountains. I said, this white boy shit. My girl's voting for Trump. She likes Trump.
We're talking to a lot of Trump supporters that are bringing up the economy. Yeah. When it comes to prices for energy being 20 to 30% more than it was under Donald Trump, when you have grocery bills, when you have rent, when you have the price of a home almost doubling over the last, going up about 80%. What would you tell Americans that are struggling with those price increases under this administration that Kamala is the best person to handle that? What do you think?
Oh, easily. The oil companies always raise the price of oil to try to get a Republican elected or whatever. And I'm a lifelong Republican. I worked for Barry Goldwater for years. Yeah, that's the first thing I did when I came back from Nam.
From what I've heard, what she's saying, and they're all politicians. They all say all kind of shit while they're running for election. All of them do. But for what she's saying, I think she has better policies, or is going to try to come forward with better policies, for the middle class, for people, the working Americans.
Real wages for Americans are down right now.
They've been down.
They've been down since the Biden administration took office, and they've been down the entire administration.
No, they have been
That's
down.
Correct. The American people were making more money. Real wages. We're making more money, and we're able to afford more under a Trump administration economy.
No.
Yes.
No.
100%. Swear to God.
Okay.
Yeah. As for Harris handling the border, how do you think she's done as the borders are the last couple years, and well, at least that's what they called her.
Well, a lot of it's a lie. There's actually less people coming in right now on the border than it was under Trump.
10 million illegal immigrants coming into the country under this administration the last 3.5 years. That is a record. There's been nothing ever close. Okay. I talk about the border a lot, but one major side effect, kind of piece of the aftermath, the negative effects of the border crisis, is all those people they go into those more poor communities. They're not going to Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Right.
Beverly Hills isn't going to take a bunch of migrants from Venezuela. That's not going to happen. Guess where they're going? They're going to the communities that are more disadvantaged. You think Kamala Harris will handle the border crisis better if she's elected than Donald Trump would?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. We have a lot of immigrants here, and they are the hardest working people. I just paid for a brand new pool to get built, and gringos could never do the work. Them guys work their butts off or whatever.
What are your thoughts about that negative effect of bringing in millions of people when those people are struggling in those communities? What do you think about that?
Because that
I'll
is
bring
my
up something.
childhood. I was in the projects in Chicago.
Okay.
So, and my parents was able to get us out of there, right? I'm not sure if they did it the right way.
Was there a lot of resources for you guys growing up in the projects in Chicago?
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like there was, if I was to compare the resources that we had compared to what's available now, and because that was like, I was born in '88, so I mean, probably wasn't as much, I know, now, but from what I've learned about what the immigrants are able to get, whether I would say, whether they're Mexican or not, because I think that's like the big thing too. Like,
Mexicans, there's not a lot of Mexicans coming across. It's going to be Venezuelans, it's going to be Africans, it's going to be from all over, Chinese, from all over, yeah.
It is a lot of different types of
sorry.
immigrants. It's a lot of different kind of immigrants, right? Yeah, the I guess the help that they're able to get would be definitely something that we would have wanted back then. I think it would have helped a whole lot to be able to get certain housing.
Well, for you guys though, if we have places like Philadelphia or something that's had a Democrat mayor for 70 years, and they are in control of these cities, we're not seeing life get too much better. Perhaps they are. We can debate that. But do you think that voting Democrat is fixing that issue?
I do not at all. 100%. Do not believe that.
I think that's part of the problem is people like stick to, oh, I gotta be Democrat or I gotta be a Republican. I think we should just go for the best candidate for any position, I think.
Well, they're going by
It's definitely not happening in those communities, though.
He's talking about generality of what they believe and what they're working towards so they'll make an impact. So I guess like most of the time, Democrats are kind of going in with like, you know, equality and abortion rights. That's like I feel like that's like the main thing, and it's like equal rights are like the main thing that Democrats are really worried about. When we have equal issues with the economy, we have equal issues with the policing, we have equal issues. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's just certain things that's like, who gives a damn about abortions when we can't feed our kids?
It's reproductive rights that are going to be the top of the ticket. I can tell you that right now. Women are getting out and making sure that they have human rights, reproductive rights, rights for men, rights for women. That will be the top of the ticket. Yeah. And Harris is going to win.
These locals in Chicago are protesting, saying, hey, we're now shifting tens of millions of dollars to pay for these people that are coming into the country illegally when our own communities are struggling. Should we be putting American communities first before foreigners?
All day.
All day.
You see what I'm saying?
So you and I agree on that.
Yeah, we agree on that, but at the end of the day, it's up to the politicians. You can't give you a bag and give me a bag because we know what to do with the bag.
It's up to the politicians. Should we be pushing for politicians that are cracking down on that and putting those communities first?
Politicians. I have no problem anywhere in this goddamn world to come over here and work, as long as they're going to work.
Well, here's my thing. Then between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump is the answer to not flooding the country with cheap foreign labor.
What the f*** you think he did when he was in office?
That is an objective fact.
What the f*** do you think he did when he was in office?
Got 50-year low of illegal immigration and cracked down on the border.
You don't knock it off. He ain't cracked shit down off the border.
Of course he did. 50-year low.
Oh, boy, you motherfucker. Real Trump supporter.
I swear to God.
You say, hey, that's good though.
Hey, by the end of this conversation, you're gonna be voting for Donald Trump, man.
I guarantee. Listen.
You know, I just talked to a Harris supporter. He was saying that the border crisis was basically, he was saying that it was the Republicans' fault for Trump getting involved in that. What would you say to somebody like that, if you don't mind asking? What would your response to that be?
Well, we lived in Arizona for 26 years, and we saw what it was like the past 4. So we know it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. I mean, you talk to people that live down there that see people coming in the state, and it's like, it's not good. She hasn't been there to see it. She goes to the nice places.
You mentioned putting Americans first. In what way do you see Kamala Harris and Joe Biden putting Americans first over, let's say, Donald Trump, who's trying to become president again?
My problem, and for me to even remotely try to understand certain things, because we put more money in the other countries instead of ourselves.
Right.
Now, I do have a problem with that. Take care of home first. It goes back home. Take care of home first.
You mean with the wars?
With wars and all that.
No new wars under Trump. Is that a selling point for you?
What you mean? It's the same thing.
Is Trump getting us further away from World War III, or would Kamala get us further away from World War III?
That's a very good question.
Jesus Christ.
No new wars.
It was wars during Trump. It wasn't like it wasn't nothing going on.
We have 2 new wars right now that we're
We
dealing
ain't talking about new wars. We're talking about overall. Every time an administration come in, it's a war going on. So it doesn't matter.
But no new wars under Trump. Did that make an impact?
No. It doesn't matter to me. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you just said it did.
No. What I said is we have to take care of home. I don't have no problem.
agree. Yeah.
I have no problem with they doing for other countries. I have no problem at all. But take care of home first.
Well, it seems as though the American people all over the United States are struggling. Some communities obviously worse than others, and we should be uplifting those communities.
We are struggling. We're just now getting back. We're trying to get back.
So
you see what I'm saying? And that's just what it is.
You think Kamala Harris is going to help the economy? Yes. Real wages are down right now.
Yes.
Real wages are down.
Yes.
Inflation has outpaced wage growth over the last 3.5 years. But what is it? And why doesn't she implement it right now?
Let me ask you a question.
Well, no. Why doesn't she implement it right now if that's the case?
Can I ask you a question? Yes. I want to hold this to you because I want to interview you.
All right. The campaign promises, why not do them now when she's in office? What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. Yeah. That's a good point. I think she should be making that happen right now. Why not?
You said that you're on the fence, and I want to show you this just because Axios, which is a center-left outlet, I would argue, maybe even further than that, they released an article comparing the presidential tickets and how many interviews that they've done. And I can just let you guys see this right here. When it comes to helping you understand Kamala Harris and Tim Walz more, I would imagine maybe interviews is important. Here's the difference here. Trump's done 14 interviews. This is TV and print interviews by presidential ticket. Trump, 14. Vance, 59. That's his VP pick. Harris is 3. Walz is 4.
That's interesting.
I don't know how you paint this aside from maybe avoiding interviews. I don't know, however you want to paint that. Why are they not doing interviews if there's people like you maybe on the fence a little bit? Why do you think that they're not doing interviews?
That's a good point. That's you. Stop me in my tracks.
I mean, do you consider that to be avoiding? I don't know how else you paint that.
Yeah, I kind of consider that to be avoiding. I mean, and sometimes
maybe I could use a better word, but what is going on there? Why do you think that they aren't putting themselves in front of the American people more?
She's had a lot of stumbling blocks when it comes to answering the questions.
So you think she's just not interested in giving the press more of those?
Sometimes I think she doesn't know what the answer should be.
Have you heard of the no tax on tips?
Oh, no, I haven't. Tell me about it.
Okay, so this is a big thing that's been brought up, and Donald Trump introduced this. It was no tax on tips, and this is where it's like, okay, is this going to win Nevada over? Do you think that would make an impact in Nevada for Donald Trump, in favor of Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Absolutely. I think that it would make an impact positively for Donald Trump. I mean, like you said, it's a majority service industry here.
That's going to get him some more people.
You think that'll help him in Nevada, specifically?
Uber's booming.
You got to think about Uber and a lot of people that be out here just to have like a little business on the side.
I don't think that that's going to sway people that make the majority of their money on tips because they're not claiming, most people aren't claiming all their tips, or if any at all, right? So no tax on tips just means that they're going to be doing the same thing that they're doing now.
Are you going to be voting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And right now, leaning towards Kamala Harris, mainly because of social issues.
Yeah.
What social issues in particular?
I think about like abortion, some fear around like gay rights, some fears around.
What do you think is going to happen to gay rights?
I don't know. I've just heard different things about like people wanting to appeal certain like Supreme Court decisions and things like that. So I'm kind of like hesitant towards like what really like are the base things that Donald Trump's party like stands behind. So I'm a little hesitant that way, but I do think economically like I could see that he could maybe be a better choice economically.
We've heard people say that Donald Trump is racist. Do you think Donald Trump's racist?
Bro, that nigga with Mexicans, he's with all over.
You want to answer this one? Is he racist?
I used to feel like he was racist based on the things that he would say, but then I'm like, it's really hard to say. I want to say yes. I want to say yes, he's racist, right? But then it's kind of hard to just give him just racist when the things that he does is more like a person who doesn't really care about he seems like a person that doesn't really care about your race. He sees that you are that race, but he's more like, think more about money, or like these other things are more important to me than your race.
You're saying he's seeing color, it's just the color green.
That's kind of how I feel about him, yeah.
What would you say to people that are saying that Donald Trump is a racist?
There's absolutely no proof in that. I mean, everything they said, like the fine people in, was it North Carolina? He was talking, and he even clarified, he said, I'm not talking about white supremacists or the neo-Nazis. He said those people should always be condemned. He was talking about the people that opposed the taking down of the Robert E. Lee statue and those that supported it. That's simple. But yet the media keeps lying and lying. Harris keeps lying about it. Biden lied about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. No, he's not a racist.
Overall, I honestly do not feel he's racist. He does a lot of things for the black community, such as putting in money into our HBCUs and of that sort. And
good memory.
Yeah. I don't believe he's a racist at all.
What are your thoughts?
I think, I don't see him as evil, but I definitely see how the wrong people take his words and run with it.
A lot of people have a problem with how Donald Trump speaks. It seems as though that's the kind of New Yorker in him that's just, you're not going to change that.
Kind of cocky, nonchalant.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe if he came off a little softer and a little more caring, he probably went over a lot.
He probably wouldn't be Donald Trump if that was the case, though, huh?
Yeah, he probably wouldn't be the cat he is now, but he's good. I don't want to say he's a good guy, but good president.
I honestly feel Donald Trump just says whatever comes to his mind and whatever he feels that day. I'm not going to say whether he's racist or not. I don't know him personally. I don't know, I haven't watched enough things to give that opinion. But I also feel what president hasn't said racial things or went one way than the other. I mean, look at George Bush. I mean, we've gone through different presidents.
Do you think Obama was racist?
He don't count, he's black.
You guys, we did hear earlier today that Donald Trump is also a black president. What do you think about that?
I gotta go.
Is it because he's done things for the black community? So he's done, so from what I found out, mind you, I didn't know this.
I had some guys telling me earlier today he's a black president.
This is what I found out that I thought was hilarious. I found out that he actually put in the bill for the
HBCUs to increase funding.
For long-term
funding is what you're talking about.
Funding, yeah, and it's like, how come Obama didn't do that? I'm just saying. How come?
I think Obama did do that. I don't think he did it to the extent. I think he might have done it, but just not as much. But my memory is, that's jogging my memory a bit right there.
The black, I don't know. Like, why would he do that?
Said, vote for me. I mean, if you're not black, you don't. What did he say? Like,
he said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Who said that?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, he did.
on Charlemagne the God's show.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Well, because I think that's, in a sense, I think that it's genius for someone to go towards that way, because technically black people, which is terrible, but black people do have this thing where we want black excellence. So in order to get black excellence, we need a black person in that.
You shouldn't have to tell black people, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And you're not even black yourself.
Yeah, but
I don't need you to tell me that I'm not I don't have a choice of what color I am. God made me like this.
Hey, do you want to, are you kind of leaning towards Trump? How are you doing on this? Because you seem like she does, yeah, you're picking up what, yeah. So I thought the same thing. Are you leaning towards Trump?
I'm not weighing one way or the other. I'm just saying that comment by Biden I did not agree with, being a proud African American, might I say. I just didn't agree with the comment. I don't think it should always come down to a race thing. That really irritates me when it comes down voting for a president, because at the end of the day, I don't see enough for all the races, all the diversity that's out there. So I don't feel like you should be telling me whether I'm not a black person if I don't vote for you. Like,
he might have. I think it depends on how you're taking that comment, because he might have just thought that because it was him against Trump, right? And a lot of people feel like Trump is racist and Trump is not for black people. So that might have been why he said the comment is like, oh, if you don't vote for me, like if you're voting for Trump, basically you're not black.
I feel like whoever's behind this whole entire scheme of getting Kamala behind this, they're playing their cards very right, because they getting the black female up in there, and they trying to get all of us blacks to convert over. They trying to trick us, is what we saying.
Well, what would your message to black women be that are supporting Kamala Harris? What would you tell them to vote for Donald Trump? What would you tell them?
Don't let your emotions and women's rights and feelings trick you into something that can change the whole society. Because when you look at women, they do things based off their emotions, you know. So don't let her skin tone and her sex fool you.
I would tell the women, let's make history, and yeah, right. But let's make the right history.
Is there something that Trump could do to win you over?
I think something Trump could do to win me over would be very clear on his stance on some of the social issues.
What would your message to people be that are on the fence for this election?
I would just say get educated. Don't believe too much you see on the media because it can lead you in a negative direction.
I think everybody's on the same page with wanting change, but I think at the same time they really don't know what to expect.
So, yeah, it's going to be Harris all the way.
You going Trump?
Yep.
Right on, right on. All right, everyone, that is it for today. So we had a ton of mixed responses, and the day definitely seemed pretty balanced between Kamala Harris supporters and Donald Trump supporters. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that like button, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. And I'll catch you all in the next video. People are saying Donald Trump is the better decision for the economy. Do you disagree with them?
In a sense, I do.
Yeah.
In a sense, I don't. Because what people got to understand, each president inherits the last president's mistakes. Okay? Just bottom line. When they come into office, they're inheriting stuff. Just like when the pandemic came in, he was really inheriting what? What Obama not necessarily left, but he inherited that.
Or you mean Trump?
Trump. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know, so when Trump came into office, okay, he had to make some certain moves because nobody knew nothing about no pandemic.
Yeah.
And then when he came in, yeah, he signed a check, but that money was already set aside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so we were talking about that off camera, and you were saying that the checks, the first stimulus check was not from Donald Trump.
He was the president. Okay, when he got the first stimulus check, by him being the president of the United States, he had to sign a check. But that money, that was in place. Okay. You have to look at what happened when they sent out those checks. What happened? Now you have kids younger know how to fill out things, and it was getting money.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like feeding blood to a lion.
Yeah, I don't think that supporting Donald Trump because the government gave out or because he did call to raise the stimulus check. They were looking at $600. They made it $1,200 because of Donald Trump. He pushed for that.
Yeah, but the stimulus is different from PPP loan.
Oh,
Okay?
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about something else.
No, I don't care.
I thought you were talking about the stimulus. Okay.
When you have a 14,
I'm hearing you.
15-year-old kid that knows how to fill out the application to get $500,000, then what? Do your research. If you look on now, how many people are getting snatched up now because cats got millions of dollars with that. Millions. I don't mean 100, millions of dollars. That.
Well, who do you blame for having to resort to giving out those funds? Do you blame Donald Trump? Was he the one that was advocating to shut down the government and make people lose their jobs? Who do you blame for that stuff? Because that was because of the lockdowns.
Me personally,
were Republicans pushing that?
No, I don't do the. Listen, I vote for common sense.
Okay.
Okay, it wasn't a Democrat. I don't blame nobody, but they should have did it the right way. You see what I'm saying?
I think the right way was keeping the economy open. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah. What, during pandemic?
Yeah.
Nah.
No?
I couldn't do that. Too many people was dying. Too many people was dying. Things was getting, it was rough out here. And then now we're recuperating right now from that. Okay. My problem with Donald Trump, which is not a problem, is how he perceived women. You understand that? Anytime a man can go in and say, hey, I can grab a woman's crotch, that's not cool. That's not men's locker room talk. I know from our perspective, you don't do that. Yeah. Period. That's off limits. Okay?
That was not public. That was private. Have you ever talked in a nasty way with your friends?
No.
Not around a microphone or anything like that?
Not about grabbing a woman's crotch. That is not locker room talk. It's not. Do you do it? Have you been in? I mean,
I've said terrible things in private. Absolutely. I'm not an angel, my man.
Yeah, okay, I know you're not an angel because you probably said the N-word before too, haven't you?
Me? Probably,
don't do that. See, here we go at the bullshit. Yes, you have.
Well, not like to somebody that I didn't like. No. If I'm singing a song or something, yeah, sure. Yeah,
you said it to people that you like.
I probably said it to people I like too.
Okay, so don't get it twisted. Don't think,
I'm not the one pretending like I haven't done locker room talk. Man, I don't believe that for a second. We've all said terrible things in private.
No, listen, and once again, we're going back to culture. It's no such thing as racism. Okay, people say racism, he's racist. It's not such thing as that.
So that's your primary, is that your primary concern with Trump?
My primary concern is his language and his tone. Okay, period. You don't sit there, just like that bullshit that's coming out now is he eats dogs and cats and, that's racial. You see what I'm saying? You're talking about a whole, not necessarily race, but you're talking about a culture. Hating's a different culture.
Yeah.
You understand? That they deal with things differently. They don't eat dogs, they don't eat cats, but for you to take a whole city and say, hey, this is what I do, this is not necessarily what you do, but this is what he's out there shooting that bullshit like, they eat cats, they eat dogs. That's wrong. You don't do that.
Do you know why they were bringing that up, or do you think he just made that up? Because they were getting that information from the constituents they were getting that information from the locals.
Do your homework, just like.
Well, no, I'm just telling you.
Just like you two motherfuckers out here, you guys out here getting the right information.
That's right.
You understand? Because you guys on the ground. I tell politicians this shit every motherfucking day. Yeah. Okay, if we're gonna be serious, let's get real serious about this shit. Yeah. It's not one of them motherfucking politicians. Not one of them that will get off their ass on a Friday night or walk through the Jordan Downs in Watts or the Nickerson Gardens or through Compton by themselves. Yeah. None of them. So how in the you gonna try to dictate what's needed in these neighborhoods if you don't know? You don't know.
You know, my thing about the Springfield, Ohio, right? Is the fact that, okay, we have a problem with what people are bringing up there. We have a problem with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Republicans bringing it up, which, by the way, in Haiti, they definitely eat cats and stuff. That's a pretty common thing in Haiti, unfortunately, because it's such an impoverished country, right? So, I don't know.
What? Them eating dogs and cats?
In Haiti, yeah, they definitely do.
Listen.
No, I'm not even like trying to play a game with you. They definitely do.
You can say that, but you can't say nothing about the Asians.
Well, let me.
The Asians are good.
Oh, I can say that stuff too.
Well, say about you got to be fair all the way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen it? No. Have we seen it in the United States? Yeah. No.
It's.
You have to.
I want to talk about something that I actually think is more important though about this. Is you have a struggling community that needs help with about 40,000 people, and you brought in 20,000 people from the third world to take low-wage work away from the American people. We're seeing this all over the United States when it comes to black communities, brown communities, white communities. And is the answer? Should we not be focusing on that issue, which is, hey, let's bring in cheap foreign labor?
Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, because that's affecting black communities too.
It's not the black, it's the black, brown, or whatever. Let me tell you the problem. Okay.
Tell me.
We'll sit here and get mad, and we'll talk about, the brown community. They come over here, and they will go get in a 2-bedroom house, and they support one another. They sit on the corner right over there, and they'll sell watermelon. They do whatever hustle it is. Guess what? You're not gonna go do it. He ain't gonna go do it.
Well, I think to say that they're taking just the watermelon sales on the side of the street is not a fair way to paint it.
No, they're hustling.
Right.
Okay. Right. You're not gonna hustle. You see what I'm saying? Your mom did. They didn't program. Your family did not program for you to be on the corner and understand the hustling part.
What about the low-wage work for brown and black communities and inner-city communities that are being disproportionately affected by illegal immigration? What about them?
No, it is bullshit.
You care about them?
Why? You know why? Because politicians, as you say, they're not taking the time out to go in those communities to see what the going on.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
the
same thing.
Those communities are still having to shift resources to pay for people that are coming here illegally.
They have to go out and hustle. You know why? Because you guys are not giving them the same resources that these people in Beverly Hills have, Newport Beach have, San Diego have. If we're not getting those same things, see, people think...
They need more resources. Would you agree?
I
agree on that.
Can I ask you a question? Yes. I want to hold this to you because I want to interview you.
All right.
What did you think about the debate?
I think it was 3 versus 1, and I also think Trump did. I think he underperformed.
Bullshit. Motherfucker, just say he underperformed. Don't say it was 3 against 1 because it was. No, it wasn't. Yeah. Don't do that.
But they fact-checked Trump and didn't fact-check Kamala Harris.
It wasn't another fact-checker on.
What?
Who was the fact-checker on?
Well, she lied dozens of times.
Oh, man, come on, man.
Bloodbath hoax.
Answer the question.
Okay, people on both sides
well, check this out. You already said, say that, repeat that what you said.
What?
What did you say?
Right, bloodbath hoax, good people on both sides hoax. She brought both of those lies up in one sentence.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, please.
Who won the debate? Answer that question again.
With cheating, Kamala Harris.
You a real trooper, aren't you?
They didn't make her answer question number 1, which was, what? Are Americans better off today than they were 4 years ago? She dodged the question. She dodged questions.
Because
she lied.
She wasn't going to say.
And they didn't make her answer questions.
What did Donald Trump say? Donald Trump said specifically, well, I don't have a plan yet.
For what?
For anything.
Well, I don't know if he said that, but that was an absurd question.
Obamacare.
To put him on the spot.
What you mean put him on the spot? You're in the fucking debate.
To answer for an entire restructure of Obamacare that seemed a little bit crazy. They didn't do anything remotely close to that for Kamala Harris.
You are a real Trumper. That's fucking crazy. I fuck with you though, but you are a fucking real Trumper.
Big Reg. They let her get away without answering questions, and she lied, and they didn't fact check her.
Okay, what you do? This is what I want you to do.
What?
Okay, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah,
I want you to be serious.
Yes, sir.
And when you guys go home and do your little bullshit with this shit, I want you, no, seriously, all bullshit aside, I want you to do a fact check on both of them.
Yeah.
And be fair.
Okay.
Okay.
I've gone through the fact checks. Trump did fib a handful of times.
Okay.
A lot of what he said was directionally correct, but they get him for hyperbole because that's how Trump speaks.
Okay.
So directionally correct, though, is a lot bigger and better, is a lot better than flat out lying.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Come on, he lies a lot.
I know,
well,
but we're not going to pretend that Kamala's not lying.
Well,
we're not going to pretend that, are we?
All politicians lie.
Right.
Okay, men lie.
Yes,
You've lied.
Yes.
I've lied.
Yes.
He's lied.
Yeah.
We're no better.
But why are we only having the conversation about Trump lying and not Kamala?
No, because we're voting a person in for what? President of the United States to run the country.
That's right.
Okay.
And guess who's going to do a better job of that?
Yeah, Kamala.
No, Donald
Kamala.
Trump, man.
You know,
free speech, putting American communities first.
Free speech? Are you serious?
This is the most censorship and administration.
Can we make it? How much money you got in your pocket? How much money you got? You got some money. You from Newport Beach?
I got a credit card, man.
Okay. Well, check this out. This is what we gonna do.
Yeah.
Me and you right now. You motherfucking roll this. Cause I'm gonna come after his ass like Trump. I'm gonna see his ass in court.
All right, let's go.
I will bet you $5 grand that Trump do not win. If you have $5 grand,
I don't want to bet.
Why?
I
have the
I don't
confidence.
know if he's gonna win. How do I know that? I don't feel comfortable betting.
Wait. You feel comfortable with him, right?
I think he would be. I'm
asking you a question. You feel comfortable?
He would.
Of what?
He would hands down be. The better
Okay, so
decision
where's
for
your
the United
confidence?
States.
I have confidence that Kamala's
Right,
gonna
but
win.
I don't know if he's gonna win.
Oh, what you mean you're gonna win?
Well, I got people like Big Reg over here advocating for Harris. That's crazy.
Okay,
bro.
so what you mean?
That's crazy.
Okay, I have enough confidence in her knowing that she's gonna win. I'm willing to take $5 grand out of my pocket, and if I lose, I'm gonna be a man. However you want it, 20s, 100s, whatever.
Big Reg, I'm not gonna bet you $5 grand that
That's
Trump's gonna win.
Why?
I just
You
don't,
believe in him, don't you?
for sure, but I don't. Well,
But what?
Well, I don't gamble on politics.
But you's out here.
I've never gambled on
You
politics.
are out here promoting
How
them.
am I supposed to predict
If I'm
that?
promoting things.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
no, that's not what I'm doing out here. I'm doing interviews. Right now, I'm more taking a Team Trump stance, but this isn't a part of the main video. I mean, it could be. Yeah, Big Reg, you guys are cheating.
That's part of the
We don't own the media.
game.
We don't own big tech.
He was about to say BET. That's her. He was about to say. He was about to say the black one.
We don't. No, the Democrats actually have that loyal vote, and the Democrat Party has mistreated the black community for the last several decades, my man.
That's not true.
And that's big facts.
That's not true.
Oh my gosh.
That's not
Oh
true.
my gosh. Of course it is.
It's not true,
Of
dog.
course it
But
is.
I'm gonna let you know you gotta speak. But
Some of these downtowns are looking like third world countries, and they've been voting Democrat for the last 7 decades or more. That's crazy. At that point, you just got to ask yourself, hey, should we just change it
what
up?
about when Bush was in office?
I don't think Bush was a very good president.
Who do you think? What Republican president you think was good?
I think Donald Trump's a good president.
Oh, you so full of shit.
Hey, Big
Donald
Reg,
Trump.
I got to get out of here.
Ain't Donald, stick to the business, man. Stick to the business. I'll put you with the business. But running the country?
He's the man. He's a man of the American people.
No, he is f***ing not.
Bottom line, Big Reg.